Hello chatbox out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my week so far. So on my Sunday afternoon I went off on a ginormous walk and I got a white chocolate raspberry frappe from the coffee place that I love to go to, and it's so good, very sweet, just like myself. I then got a load of flour snaps and I'm going to show you guys those now. Got a load of lovely flour for toffee snaps. I then went off to my town's castle grounds and I got some photos while there and had a look around. I love going to my town's castle gardens. I love the history of the castle. King Henry VIII stayed there with Anne Boleyn, I believe, and yeah, it's just such a lovely part of my town and love going to the gardens, and the Rose Gardens are always so beautiful. Gardens are so well kept, and me and my grandma and my older sister and my aunt are going to be going there in August when my cousins and aunt are over from Ireland as a late birthday present for me. It's a belated birthday present. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to going there and having some scones and tea and being able to get some nice photos around the castle and of the gardens. And yeah, I got some really good photos that I'm going to show you guys now. I then went off down to my grandparents' house and I was helping do the gardening, but I was waiting for my mum, dad and my older brother and sister to come to start doing the gardening. So while I was there on my own, we just watched a bit of the tennis, having a good catch up, had a bit of lemon drizzle cake that I'm going to show you guys now. I had that lemon drizzle cake with a cup of tea and some biscuits, and then I went and had a look around the garden, and the garden is coming together so nicely. It's so lovely, all the lovely flowers, and I got some flower stats from there that I'm going to show you guys now. Then my mum, dad and older brother and sister got to our grandparents' house and we started doing the planting of the flowers out the front of the house, and it's coming together so nicely and it was really good. Then it started to spit a bit, so me, my mum, dad then came back and my older sister and brother just finished off the last few bits. Got back, I wrote a bit of my journal, listened to a bit of music, did a bit of drawing and colouring in, watched a bit of TV, and then my older sister came over and was just doing a bit of work on her laptop, and we're watching the musical Sing, which is coming out with a second one soon, and I cannot wait. I love that film so much. And then my grandma came over and for tea we had a Sunday roast, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. The Sunday roast was so good. I haven't had a Sunday roast in so long and it was so worth the wait. Then my grandma went off home. I then was just finishing writing my journal. I then put that away and then I was just watching a bit of TV, listening to a bit of music, doing a bit of drawing, watching some vlogs and TikToks, and then I went off to bed. And then on my Monday I got up ready for the day ahead, got showered and changed, listened to a bit of music, did some drawing, colouring in, watched some TikToks and vlogs. My older brother, sister and dad and younger brother were at work, and my mum and myself were watching a bit of TV, and then my mum got called and found out that my younger sister was in hospital as she had appendicitis, so she was having to have a small operation. So that was a little bit worrying. So my mum was messaging her, making sure she was alright, and she messaged in the group chat, so we were all giving her support and stuff. And then I had some breakfast. I just had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. My dad got back from work and went off for a nap. And then I was just watching a bit of Friends, a bit of Doctor Who, doing a bit of colouring in, a little bit of writing. And then I went off on a John Lawrence walk, and I got some photos that I'm going to show you guys now. I love living out in the countryside. There's always lovely walks to go on and lovely views, and it was really lovely, a nice countryside walk. I then got back and I had some lunch. I had some sausage sandwiches and a cup of tea and watched the Aussie soaps. My older brother was then back from work, and then I was just watching a bit of Doctor Who and listened to a bit of Kylie, a bit of Coldplay and a bit of Seagulls. Love that band so much. Then my older brother got himself ready for rugby, and me and him went and picked my older sister and her boyfriend up, and then went off to the touch rugby league matches that we've been going to every Monday evening, and we're on the top of the scoreboard, which is great. And they had a really good game. They won the game, and my younger brother played as well. He came a bit later on because he was coming back from work a bit later, and yeah, it was a really good game. They did really well. We then got back and we dropped my older sister and her boyfriend back to theirs, and my younger brother was back already and he'd gone up on his Xbox. And for tea we had chicken curry, which was so good, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. Oh my god, I love chicken curry so much. It was so delicious. I then had to tidy away. I then was writing the rest of my journal for the day. I put that away and then watched the UK6. And then I watched Love Island. Love Island is back. I absolutely love Love Island, and I love Ian Stelling's presenting the voiceover. It's always so funny. I then went off to bed, and then on my Tuesday I got up, got showered and changed, and had some toast for my breakfast, listened to a bit of music. My mum and myself were then just watching a bit of the tennis. Wimbledon started now, and then my dad was back from work. He went off to bed after sorting stuff around the house, and my younger brother and my older brother and sister were at work. My younger sister still hadn't had her operation, and so she'd stayed overnight in hospital, so she was just getting very fed up, very bored. She suffered some anxiety as well, so she was getting quite worked up. So my mum didn't sleep very well the night before because she'd been calling quite a lot and texting quite a lot. And then I was just doing a bit of drawing, a bit of writing, watched Stardust, love that film so much, probably one of my favourite films ever. And then I went off on a John Lawrence walk. Again, I'm just loving walks at the moment, with the weather being like it's been quite good. And I then got back, had some lunch. I had some jam sandwiches and a cup of tea, sorted out my Bleach Up Dolls, started watching the Aussie soaps, and then my grandma came over and was like, do you want to go to the garden centre? And I was like, why not? Always a good plan. We went going to the garden centre, so we went up there and I got some plant photography. I love plants and the cactuses and stuff and all that kind of thing, so I got some photos of those that I'm going to show you guys now. Then I had a look inside and outside, and my grandma, bless her, said, "I'm not going to buy any more flowers," and then she did. But yeah, her garden's looking really lovely, and I can't wait to see it all with lots of lovely flowers when they start to bloom. And it's just going to be a flower explosion. It looks amazing. So then we went off and had a bit of cake and drink in the cafe, and I had a bit of carrot cake and a cola, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of the carrot cake now. I love carrot cake. Carrot cake and Victoria sponge cake are probably my favourite type of cake, and cheesecake as well. Okay, I just love cake. I mean, who doesn't love a bit of cake? And then I got some lovely flower snacks. I love getting flower snacks on there. I used to do workplaces up there, so there's quite a few people that still work there that I know. So I was having chats with a few of them that are still there that I knew when I was doing workplace with there. And I always get pointed out the nicest flowers, and I'm like, oh, can I get some flower snacks of those? Or we've got these in, do you want to have a look? And yeah, it's so lovely. And I'm going to show you guys the flower snacks that I got now. It was such a good trip at the garden centre. It did start to wane a bit, so we had a look around inside and waited till it died down a bit. And then as I was leaving, I've wanted to get a photo of Robin for so long now. Don't ask why, I just really wanted to get a photo of Robin, and my grandma nudged me and was like, Dan, right there. And there was a little Robin eating a bit of bread that was on the floor, so I quickly got my phone out and just tapped like 50 million times and was like, to get the photo, and I finally got a photo of Robin, and I'm going to show you guys that now. I'm just so happy I got the photo of the Robin. My grandma then dropped me back home, and she asked about any news on my younger sister having you up, and she was still waiting, which is very frustrating. And I was just messaging her some support, just keeping her calm and seeing how she's doing. And then my grandma went off home, then me and my mum and my dad were watching the tennis, and my dad was sorting stuff around the house, and then my older brother got back from being at work, and I was watching the Aussie soaps, wrote a bit of my journal, did a bit of writing and listened to a bit of music, did some drawing, colouring in, and then for tea we had pork chops with veg and these ginormous potatoes that I'm not a big fan of, and gravy. I ate most of it but didn't really touch the potatoes. I then had a cup of tea and a bit of my 4th birthday cake. I had 4 birthday cakes. I mean, I don't think I have a thing about cakes, and it was so good. I then finished writing my journal for the day, I put that away, and then I was watching the UK soaps. I've watched all of this week's Emmerdale, all of this week's Corrie, and all of this week's EastEnders, because they're all on ITV Hub or BBC iPlayer. EastEnders is on BBC iPlayer and Corrie and Emmerdale on ITV Hub, because the Euros on, so there's no soaps on ITV or BBC at the moment, and Hollyoaks is on channel on E4, so that's not affected, so I just watched on like normal TV schedule, so I didn't have to watch them on final catch up. I'm sure I could if I wanted to, but I just watched them on TV anyway. And then I went off to bed, and on my Wednesday, so it's today, I got up, I had some breakfast, I had some toast and a cup of tea, jam toast I think, yeah I had some jam toast, I was going to have honey toast but my dad had the last of the honey. He was back from work and gone off to bed. Older brother and sister and younger brother were at work, and my younger sister didn't have to have an operation in the end, so she did all that waiting for nothing because the antibiotics that she was having have worked, and she is going to be getting picked up by my mum and dad later on this afternoon and getting dropped home, and she's coming back here next week anyway, so I thought she might as well just come here, but she wants to head back to her uni flat first, I suppose. And then I had some breakfast, so I finished my breakfast, had a shower, got changed, and then was just watching a bit of TV, listened to a bit of music. My mum and myself done much of it, the tennis. I played with Subway Surfer, got my work uniform ready for tonight as I have an evening shift. I'm only doing 3 shifts this week. 3's my favourite number anyway, as my work anxiety has been a bit bad and my till skills haven't been the best since going back after lockdown. So I'm going back to basics and doing like 3 or 4 shifts to slowly get my confidence back and stuff. And yeah, I will get back to it, and I definitely have already felt my confidence on the till getting back to how I was before. And yeah, it'll take time, but I will get back to it. My work family are so lovely, so supportive and so helpful, so that really does help. And yeah, I am now off to go on a walk as it's such a lovely sunny day outside, and I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. All have a lovely rest of the week, and I shall see you soon with new vlog very soon. Bye.